Ever wonder what cancel culture really looks like? Let's take a trip to Brussels, Belgium, headquarters of the European Union and ground zero of one of the more clear-cut instances of cancel culture in recent memory. In April 2024, leaders from around the globe traveled to this centuries-old city for the National Conservatism Conference, or NatCon, a mainstream conservative event that had previously gathered in Brussels. NatCon conferences have also taken place in London, Washington, D.C., Rome, and Miami. Speakers represent a diversity of views, including politicians, civil society leaders, authors, political philosophers, historians, and clergy from various faith traditions. But as attendees soon discovered, this event would be anything but routine. For starters, the first two venues had already backed out of hosting the event on short notice. Despite facing significant pressure and even direct threats against him, the owner of the third venue stood his ground. And that's when the real drama began. Around lunchtime, police arrived, forming a line to block the entrance to the venue. In a remarkable decree, the municipal mayor of this Brussels district had decided to shut down the event. He justified his actions in part because some speakers were reputed to be traditionalists, and because of the possibility that ethically conservative views, which he had described as hostility to legalized abortion, same-sex unions, etc., and a Eurosceptic attitude would be espoused at the conference. The hours that followed were surreal. For reasons not entirely clear, the police decided to allow the event to continue, but people could not enter. Those who were already on the inside could leave, but not return, and those on the outside stood in the rain trying to make sense of it all. One British member of Parliament had to be smuggled in by a secret side door to deliver her keynote address on the highly controversial topic of Save the Children. As global media began reporting on the scene, the actions of the mayor and police escalated into what can be described as an international diplomatic incident. Government leaders in the UK, Hungary, and Italy all criticized the attempted censorship. In Belgium, the Prime Minister called the day's events unacceptable and unconstitutional, with the Interior Minister adding that freedom of expression is a cornerstone of our democratic society. Incredibly, even that united front wasn't enough to convince the Brussels mayor to hit the brakes. With the conference in jeopardy, organizers turned to ADF International, whose executive director, Paul Coleman, was an invited speaker. Paul was not allowed to join his colleague and Belgian lawyer, Jean-Paul Van de Waal, inside the venue, so they formulated the early stages of legal strategy through a wall of police who had become the physical manifestation of Orwell's thought police. Thanks to their efforts and those of local lawyers in the ADF network, Wouter Vossen and Tristan Carolus, they launched a succession of legal challenges amidst the chaos. Things were not looking good for day 2 of NatCon. But miraculously, and as a testament to the absurdity of what was happening, Belgium's highest administrative court agreed to hear ADF International's third challenge in an emergency session at 10 o'clock that night. After what appeared to be a very good hearing in the dead of night, they waited for the legal judgment. At 2 o'clock in the morning, the judge ruled in their favor. It was a critical victory for free speech and assembly, suspending the mayor's decree and enabling the conference to proceed without police interference. While the legal outcome is undoubtedly encouraging, the fact that the conference could continue only after such a massive effort should shock us all. This leaves us with an important question. What's stopping a similar set of circumstances from unfolding the next time an event occurs that the cancel culture mob does not like? That includes in the US. Despite robust First Amendment protections for free speech and freedom of assembly, the virus of cancel culture has infected powerful American institutions like big tech, big banks, publicly funded universities, and government entities up to the White House itself. That much is clear from a variety of recent high-profile cases at the U.S. Supreme Court, including Murphy v. Missouri, which charges that the Biden administration violated the First Amendment's guarantee of free speech by pressuring Facebook, Twitter, and Google into silencing dissenting voices on a wide range of hot-button cultural issues, including climate change, abortion, economic policy, gender identity, and COVID-19 policy. Meanwhile, the U.S. House Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government has shown that the U.S. Department of Treasury flagged Alliance Defending Freedom and other mainstream religious and conservative organizations as domestic terrorist threats, urging major banks to disclose private transactions involving keywords like Cabela's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and religious texts. Like we saw in Brussels, cancel culture doesn't have to win the day. All it takes is a little backbone, and perhaps a late night or two. For more stories like this, visit freedommatters.org. While you're here, click like on this video and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss an episode.